Where are you at quarterback-wise?
Well, we've got 4 guys on our roster. That's where we're at.
Is Jordan going to practice? Is he in the protocol? Where are you at?
He'll practice today. He's still is yet to be cleared, but he'll practice today.
What can Desmond give you with this short of?
We'll find out. I mean, luckily for all of us, he's had experience in similar systems in regards to shoot. He was with Vegas last year with Getsy. He's been in Atlanta with Arthur Smith, and Arthur and I have obviously worked together before. So there is some common language, I would say. I know I was just talking to him. He was in Minnesota, and I'm sure that Kevin's got some common language that we use that dates back to when we were all together, or when we were at separate times with Sean in LA. So he seems like a smart guy, and we'll see how fast he can pick it up.
Is Malik going to practice?
He'll be limited.
Is your inclination to play or sit, Love?
Well, let's just get through the week and see where we're at. Here's what I told the team. We have 53 spots on our roster. You can have 2 call-ups. You have 48 dressed on game day. So there's going to be some starters that aren't going to play. They may not suit up. They might suit up. And then you're going to have some starters that are going to play. So basically, you guys will find out on Sunday who's playing.
Well, the message all year round is be ready. But at some point, you must have said to the players today, depending on how this game goes, be ready. There's a great opportunity for some younger guys to get some snaps Sunday.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. A little under the weather today, Mike?
A little bit.
I'm sorry, man. Can somebody get this guy, some medicine? But, yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for whoever's out there to go out and like I told our guys, nobody cares about the circumstances. The tape is the tape, and everybody's going to watch and evaluate your tape. So you better put a good product out there, and that's the expectation I have for whoever goes out and suits up and is playing, is that they're going to play and to a standard and show a certain style of play that they can be proud of.
So we'll find out on Sunday. When do you tell different guys what your plan is for them?
I think these guys are pretty smart guys, and I think you get a pretty good feel throughout the course of the week in regards to what is expected at practice. We have formatted practice a little bit differently, just in regards to we're going to have some more, offense versus defensive non-carded periods as well as our carded periods. So just to try to keep everybody sharp.
Was it a relatively easy decision to go the direction you're going, or did you weigh it pretty hard? I mean,
I think you always put a lot of thought into it, especially, it's an important decision. But I do think, obviously, medical is going to drive some of these decisions for us. It is what it is, and you just got to make the best of it. And then you got to make collectively the best decision, what you think puts your team in the best position possible moving forward.
Individually, what did you see from Lucas Van Ness this previous game and since his return?
Yeah, I think Lucas has been playing with great effort, great energy. He's been productive. It's been nice. He played a ton of snaps, so I think he's getting back into the groove. And he's still battling through, but it's good to have him back out there.
I get that you need Jordan to clear before there's any chance to make a choice there, but in general, how tough would it be to have a guy be out for 2.5 games for him or anyone at that position and then go play in a playoff game?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's ideal, but it's the circumstance, and so we got to find a way to make the best of that circumstance. And but it just is what it is. There's some things that are out of our control. We would have loved to have had him play versus Baltimore, and that wasn't the case. I mean, shoot, we planned for it for the majority of the week in regards to how we allocated the reps, and he's out there, and he didn't clear. So,
What can Jonathan Ford give you in his return?
yeah, it was great to see him. I saw him yesterday. in the building, but he's a massive human, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much he's progressed over the course of a year from when he was last here.
Obviously, those 3 guys that you signed in the past few weeks were obviously really big guys. What was the thinking there?
Just to add some beef inside, just to try to help shore some things up, and I thought Jordan's done a great job. That's a big loss, losing him. He was a really pleasant surprise, because you never know when you're getting a guy off somebody's practice squad, and for what he was able to come and do in a short period of time, I thought was pretty impressive. And he was great in the locker room. I thought he just fit in really well here. So it's a little bit of a blow, but it's next. We got to get the next guy ready to go compete.
And what report did you get on Micah's surgery from the other day?
Well, I talked to him. He was in great spirits and sounded like everything went really well. And he's ahead of schedule already.
In making the decision on who plays and who doesn't, how much at all do you weigh in how you're going into the playoffs, how things have gone the last 3 weeks, especially last week? Is that just something you have to not worry about, and health is the most important thing, or is that a genuine factor in the decision?
I think everything. You weigh everything, and you try to come to the conclusion of what you perceive gives you the best opportunity to go out and play your best football when that time comes. So right now we're only focused on trying to put together a great practice today, and those are the things that are within our control, and that's what we challenge these guys. Whether you're playing in this game or not, we still got to have a great week of preparation, and not look past what's right in front of us, and that's today.
Are Zane or Hobbs long term, or could you get them back for the playoffs?
Yeah, we're kind of going through that stuff, but I would not anticipate.
So where's that leave you at corner? You called a couple guys up, I understand, but are you in a position where Bo's going to actually play both ways?
Time will tell. Time will tell.
Hey Matt, I know you're not in the business of making excuses, but just how frustrating is it for a group that you say you appreciate and you love so much, where it seems like the injuries are just constant and happening always?
It's out of our control. It's so all you can do is move forward. It's unfortunate. I don't like it for our team, our organization, but I really don't like it for each individual that's kind of going through that. I mean, that's a lot of adversity that you have to overcome, but it happens in this game, and we're not the only team that is dealing with this. So you got to make the best of it and just keep pushing forward.
Now, what do you think of what Jordan Morgan has put together the last couple of weeks, and do you think he's kind of found his footing there?
Yeah, I think he's done a nice job. I think he has. It's been, especially this past game, I would say, just he's playing consistent football, and I thought it's at a winning level. He definitely looks more comfortable on the outside, so hopefully we can build upon that.
Does that allow you to play it safer with Zach, so you have a better chance of him being fully go for the playoffs?
We'll see where Zach's at today. He's still not out of the woods in regards to his injury, but he keeps progressing. But again, ultimately, just don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Jason asked about those corners. What have you seen from them? They're obviously, holy crap, the one guy, Bartholomew, just got here recently, but Simpson's been here for most of the season.
Yeah, a lot of their action was on the look team. And so I love how they go out there and compete, and sometimes you're asking guys to do things that aren't within the framework of your scheme, and they just got to make the best of it. But I thought both those guys, the one thing I know about them is they're workers, and so then they're competitors, and they're not going to shy away from it. So we'll get a good long look at these guys throughout the course of the week and have a better indication going into Sunday.
Now, you always talk about having the right guys in the locker room. If you think about this 3-game losing streak, you actually are leading Denver when Micah goes down, right? It's not like you guys have kind of cratered. What do you think of how these guys have responded and will respond knowing what's in front of them.
Well, yeah, the one thing that you want to see from your team at all times is you just want to see them fight to the best of their ability. And I don't think that these guys, we've made plenty of mistakes. So, and that's from a coaching standpoint and just execution standpoint of things that we've asked our guys to go out and do. So it's obviously far from perfect. That's why we've lost 3 in a row. And, you know, we've got to find a way to overcome that stuff. But in terms of the fight and then the desire to go out and compete, I've got no issues with it. These guys are battling. You know, it was an unfortunate deal, what happened in Denver, then following up in Chicago, just being in control of that game and somehow coming out on the wrong side of it. And then, you know, ran into just a tough game the other night versus Baltimore, and they kind of whooped us.